Hey YouTube, what goes on? Welcome to Disavowed Action Figures, where today we're taking a closer look at unboxing and reviewing the Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse Skrull Infiltrator Army Builder action figure. Super excited to take a look at these figures out of the box. I am an Army Builder junkie. I'm a huge fan of the Skrulls and Secret Invasion and Marvel Comics, and we have an upcoming Marvel MCU movie property on Disney Plus starring the Skrulls. So let's take a closer look at these action figures. But before we get to that, if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you, doesn't cost you anything. Helps us grow the channel. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button. Let me know what you think of these action figures if you pick these up. Also, if you want daily toy content, daily toy updates, check us out over at Instagram at disavowed_12. Let's rip open this cardboard, and I say cardboard for a reason, and see what these are like. Starting off with a 360 look at the packaging for this figure. If you're familiar with the channel, you know I am a box collector. I do keep these things when I unbox them, so I always love box art on my shelf. One interesting thing about the box art for this action figure is the promise that Hasbro and Marvel Legends made a few years ago about trying to get away from using plastic in their packaging. This being a plastic-free packaging. Now, I don't recall ever seeing this actual stamp on any of the other Army Builders that I have in the series, but taking a closer look, you can see that right here we do have that plastic-free packaging, except for tape and glue, also in multiple languages. On the back, all that legalese. We do get the code number there as well. Top of the box, you do get the Marvel Comics logo. And one of the cool things about this is when you take 3 boxes, you can actually unify the artwork to make a bit of a mural out of the boxes. So enough talking about the cardboard. Let's rip it open and see what's inside. So as you can see, there truthfully is no plastic being used inside the packaging. We even get the figure in this paper bag with the accessories right inside. And I have to point out, I love how they put the sticker on the side that said except for the tape. Because of the fact, you know, somebody out there would be like, oh, there's plastic in the tape. They lied to us. So I'm glad they added that in. Hasbro, way to think ahead and get ahead of things. All right, let's rip this open. Here is our Skrull Infiltrator out of the packaging. As you can see, we do get an alternate head, 2 weapons, one being the kind of hair dryer, hair blower looking weapon that they did tease for us on one of the Hasbro Pulse Fan Fridays or Mondays. Can't remember which one it was. Also, we do get more of a larger gun with a peg on the back. Love that we get the alternate head to give this thing alternate looks for our shelf, as it is an Army Builder. Let's take a closer look at what the articulation is like on this action figure. Before we get to articulation, closer look at the default head sculpt that comes on it. We do get 2, this being the more serious clothed mouth look of the Skrulls. Again, it does have the iconic folds to the forehead, obviously the grooves in the chin. Very much a Skrull look to this first head sculpt. Taking a look at articulation, starting top to bottom, first of all at the head, full 360 rotation of the head. Looks about that far down when you bury that Skrull chin. About that far back, some gappage underneath, of course. As far as the shoulders are going to go, you get very far past the horizontal T with those shoulders. You can really work it even a little further up if you want to. Really love the butterflies on this thing. It's going to allow for a lot of things as far as photos are concerned. Definitely the thing I'm most excited about with this figure being those butterfly joints. Very excited that new Vulcan figure bringing us a new buck for Marvel Legends, getting away from that Bucky cap buck as our 6-inch basic buck. As far as our arms are concerned, we do have 360 rotation at the bicep. Double jointed elbow goes about that far, not too crazy far because of that bicep getting in the way. Our wrist will, of course, swivel all the way around, as you can see. As far as wrist articulation, it goes about that far inward, about that far backward, if you were wondering about the wrists. As far as our torso goes, about this far down. You can really bury that Skrull chin if you want to. Takes him about this far back with that torso, looks straight up in the air, looking very far up, actually. You do get the rotation at the waist, as you can see. As far as our legs are concerned, we have that thigh cut going on right here, lower boot cut going on right there. Our knees are double jointed, basically kicks himself just above the ass. Flip that foot up, it's almost flat against the back in a lot of ways, bringing that double knee back down. As far as our foot goes, about that far straight down on the foot, about that far straight up. And the ankle pivot that we all love. Shout out to Glenn Webb. If you don't know who Glenn Webb is, please look him up. He is just the father of the action figure review. He got me into watching reviews. I've watched that Nick Fury review he did at least 100 times over the years. So well done. As I mentioned, you do get the 360 at the waist as well, going all the way around. And we do get on the hands, double trigger fingers, double trigger hands to hold those guns when you're ready to have him start to rock his weaponry. And since I mentioned the great Glenn Webb, I have to say I love this of his old reviews. And this is about as far as the legs go out with his feet essentially flat on the desk. I probably didn't do this the right way, but I've always wanted to do this to give that shout out and respect to the great Glenn Webb. Also, you get great use with those butterfly joints, bringing the hands to the center. They basically do touch. So remember, those butterflies just don't go all the way back. They can also come very far forward in the front, touching in the center line. So great butterfly joints on this figure. Here's a closer look at our secondary head sculpt with the mouth open, gritted teeth look. Much more menacing looking Skrull coming at you with this head sculpt. But again, very cool. We do get the multiples to add to our army building. Closer look at our weapons. There is his more rifle looking futuristic rifle weapon. You can see as far as the mold is concerned, I'm sure this is used somewhere along the line. Let me know in the comments. I'm not much of a connoisseur of the guns of these aliens. Let me know if you've seen this before with other figures, but for what it is, not too bad. And taking a look at our other kind of hair dryer, hair blower looking gun that they did tease us with a ways back, that Dwight messed with our heads telling us something was coming holding this weapon. I think a lot of us did guess it'd be the Skrulls. Also, I'm wondering if something will peg to the front here, if one of our blast effects might work with this as well. Here's a look at our Skrull on the rotating base, holding both of the weapons that he came with. I had a little bit of trouble getting to hold the rifle. I kind of mess around with the hands to get it all the way around, but ultimately he does hold both of the guns pretty effectively. Now let's get to some comparisons, my favorite part of the video. Our first comparison is the Marvel Legends Fantastic Four Build-A-Figure Super Skrull. As you can see, much larger than our foot soldier Infiltrator Skrull, his brother in arms. But again, I'll be seeing this in a lot of displays moving forward, and hopefully a lot of people's pictures on Instagram. Let's see what else he scales with. Here's how he scales with the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Blue-Eyed Thing, Ben Grimm. Here's how he scales with possibly the Skrull's most insidious enemy, Dr. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, and Johnny Storm, the depowered Human Torch. Here's how he scales with the final member of the Fantastic Four, the only female member, Sue Richards, the Invisible Woman. Here he is, standing next to the Marvel Legends, I guess we could say MCU Fox, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. Here he is, standing with two other Marvel Legends Hasbro Pulse Army Builders, AIM Scientist and Hydra Soldier. Here he is, standing with our HasLab Marvel Legends exclusive Bastion and Sentinel Prime pack-in figures that came with our Sentinel. Here's how he scales with our MCU Marvel Legends Obadiah Stane and our John Favre Happy Hogan figures. Comparing him to some figures from outside the Marvel Legends line, sticking with Hasbro, here's how he stands with two recent army builders from G.I. Joe Classified, the Alley Viper and Bat. Here's how he scales with the Action Force Valaverse, Bone Collector, and the Jazzwares AEW Unmatched Johnny Hungy, Johnny Silver. And as we get closer and closer to the Disney Plus release of Secret Invasion, here's how he stands with the MCU Nick Fury and MCU Young Nick Fury from Captain Marvel. Here's how he compares to his MCU cousin Talos from the Captain Marvel and soon-to-be Secret Invasion Disney Plus TV show. And here he is, infiltrating Bobby Valaverse's Action Force and tricking people as the new Black Suit Symbiote Spider-Man retro carded figure. Final thoughts on this guy. So happy to have 3 of these in my collection. Kind of feel like I'm going to need more. I am an army builder junkie, as I mentioned earlier, especially with Secret Invasion right around the corner on Disney+. Yes, these are meant to be Marvel Comics versions of the Skrulls, but once we start seeing these things on the screen, we're going to want more on our shelves. Hope you enjoyed today's review. Please, if you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. Helps out tremendously growing the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. Search when we post new content here on the channel, like our weekly toy hunts, like our weekly live stream live at 7:05 every Wednesday night at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be opening up my other 2 Skrulls on that live stream this upcoming week. Also, keep an eye open for a review or me unboxing the new Marvel Legends Shield Army Builder 2-packs, which I also picked up 2 of as well. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and if you want daily toy content, daily toy hunts, daily toy news, check us out at Instagram at Disavowed_12. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.